Okay, so let's divide 31,533 divided by 101. Okay, so this might be, looks like a pretty tricky division problem, but it is a pretty fun problem going ahead and using exploding dots. So here is our 10 to 1 machine. So in our 10 to 1 machine, well, the first box is always worth ones, right? And then tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and so on. So for 31,533, we need five boxes, right? We have to go up to 10,000s. So we have three 10,000s. So putting this number into our machine, well, we have three 10,000s. We have three dots in our 10,000s box. Then we have 1,000. So one dot in our thousands, and we have 500s. So one, two, three, four, 500s. We have three tens, one, two, three, and we have three ones. All right, so there is the number 31,533 represented in a 10 to 1 machine. And we're dividing by 101, meaning we're going to find groups of 101. So, how many groups of 101 do we see in 31,533? Well, what does 101 look like? So, 101, well, that is going to, we need three boxes, right? It's going to be one dot in our hundreds, and then no dots in our tens, and then one dot in our ones. So one dot next to zero dots next to one, right? 1, 0, 1. I need this pattern right here. One dot next to zero dots next to one dot. And of course, all the dots really after the explosions have to reside all the way in our rightmost box, right? Because if this is really 101 dots, they're all going to be in the rightmost box. And then after the explosions, we end up with the code, well, 101 for 101. Okay, so where do we see groups of one dot next to zero dots next to one dot? Well, I see quite a few. I see one here. I have one dot, zero dots, one dot. So here is a group. Whoops, here is a group right here of one dot. Okay, zero dots. Well, there's zero dots and then one dot. So there's 101. So that's one group here at the hundreds level. I see some more. I see another one dot. Whoops, why that's the one dot. So I need one dot, zero dots, one dot. Okay, there's another group at the hundreds level. Another one here, one dot, zero dots, one dot. Okay, another group at the hundreds level. Then we have another here is one dot, well, zero dots, one dot, might get a little messy, zero dots. So okay, so that's okay, that's one group there at the tens level. And then, well, we're gonna have a couple more. We have two here. It's gonna be so one dot, zero dot, one dot, one dot, zero dot, one dot. I'm just go ahead and erase this because it's getting a little messy. But so one dot, zero dots, one dot. That's a group at the ones level, and then one more. One dot, zero dots, one dot. So that's two groups at the ones level. Ooh, okay. And I think we're done, right? I think I don't see, right? I need the pattern I'm looking for here is one dot next to zero dots next to one dot. And well, I'm kind of stuck, right? Because now I have two dots next to one dot, but there's no I need that zero dots in the middle. I don't have that right now. So well, I think the only thing I can really think of doing is remember, this is a 10 to 1 machine, meaning 10 dots in a box become one dot, one space to the left. So whenever we have a dot, we could unexplode it back to the right, right? Any dot here would have to come from 10 dots. So if we unexplode this dot, we get 10 back one space over. And again, here we could unexplode both of these and get 10 and get 10. So we end up with 20 dots. I'm just going to go ahead and write 20 here. We end up with 20 more dots in our first box, plus one dot. So we have 21 dots in our rightmost box. Okay, so typically in a 10 to 1 machine, we're not allowed to have more than 10 dots in a box, right? But in this case, we're dividing by 101. 21 is certainly smaller than 101. So there's no more groups, right? All when we can see all our groups have been accounted for and we have these 21 dots left over in our rightmost box. So, what have we just discovered? We just have basically uncovered the answer to 31,533 divided by 101. What does that answer have to be? Well, we see we have three groups at the hundreds level, one group at the tens level, two groups at the ones level, with then 21 dots left over. So, the answer to 31,533 divided by 101, well, that must be equal to, like we see here, we have three hundreds. So three hundreds. We have um, we have 110 and two ones. So 110 and two ones, so 312. And then we have a remainder of 21, or we have 21 dots that are still waiting to be divided by 101. So we could write this as 312 with a remainder of 21, or what this remainder really means is we have 21 dots that are still waiting to be divided by 101. So we can write this as, again, 31,533 divided by 101 is equal to 322 1t2 or 12, 312 with a remainder of 21. So that means we have 21 dots that are still waiting to be divided by 101. So 31,533 divided by 101 is equal to, well, 312 plus 21 101. All right, cool.